I'm going to talk about the 6th level of Pesach. We know that there's 4 levels, and then the 5th level is the cup for Elijah, cup of wine. But there's a 6th level. This 6th level is brought to us from the first word of the Haggadah, ha, or hey. Remember I told you the first word incorporates, encapsulates everything. And that first word, ha, is hey, aleph. That's the way you spell it. So that 5 of the hay, the 5 levels, the 5th cup, the 5 cups. And then there's an aleph. There's something else. That aleph is always, by the way, Hashem. And it's the 6th level. And how do we know this from the 6th level? Because on the 5 cups of wine that we pour, the 5th cup for Elijah, remember, this is not drunk. And there are some who pour that cup of wine back into the bottle. That's the 6th level. Pouring the bottle of wine, the cup of wine for Elijah, back into the bottle, back into the source. You see? Because the bottle was the source, and so is the 6th level the source. And it's also expressed by the Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs. Because after the entire Haggadah is done and finished, what do? You say the Song of Songs, Shir HaShirim. And that's the 6th level. Because it's expressed in Shir HaShirim. Shir has nothing in front of it, it's an aleph. HaShirim is a 5. And it's been brought down that every verse in Song of Songs responds to the aleph and the hey. And this is brought down to us as ha. Because in this case, for Pesach, the people are first. And Shir HaShirim is the love song between God and Yisrael. God is aleph, and Yisrael is the hey. The feminine, the creation. And this comes after. This is the 6th level. This is the surrounding atzmutz level. And that's what the 6th level is. Remember, there are 5 levels of the soul. The Yehidah being the 5th level, which is expressed by that cup of Elijah. But there's a 6th level, and that 6th level is the Atzmutz level. Atzmutz Ein Sof, the essence of Ein Sof. The 5th level is even Ein Sof. But the Atzmutz level is the 6th level. It's an essence of Ein Sof. This is also expressed in Hinduism and stuff like that. They have a thing called Turiya, which means the 4th, because there are 3 letters in Om, A-U-M, and then the 4th is a surrounding white. It's a surrounding white light. Let me get back to the letter Hey, which starts the whole thing. So again, I told you, if you know this letter Hey, you know everything. It's a 5 and a 1. 5 souls and a Atzmutz level of Ein Sof, of aleph is 1,000. We also know that this is aleph and hey because In Shir HaShirim, there are 117 verses, which happens to be Aleph, 111, and Hey, 6. That's 117. And this is a love song between God and Israel, which is what the whole idea of the Exodus was about, because he brings out the Jews to marry them on 7 weeks later, 50 days later, on Shavuos, giving you the Torah, counting it out. And so this entire thing here is about the Aleph and the Hey, which is, so that's why you only need to know that. And then, as I said in the previous video, how it's expressed in the end key, the last thing of Psalm 130, 136. Ki li olam hasdo. Remember I said that hasdo can come out to 1,000. 1,000 is the Aleph and the Atzmutz level from this Aleph. And Ki Lioilam is, Ki is 30 and Lioilam 176, that's 206 plus 1 for the phrase. That's 207, and that's Atzmutz. So to me, Ki Lioilam Hasdo means Ein Sof, 207, Ein Sof, and the 1,000 meaning the Atzmutz level of Aleph. And this is the end of the 5 books. I mean, the end of the Haggadah. Remember that Hasdo is also 78, which is Mazla area, up where changes can be made. But more so than this, the idea of the 6th level is after the fact. It's pouring the wine back into the bottle, and then when the whole thing's over, when the Haggadah is over, then we say the Shir HaShirim. There are other times that Ashkenazi say the Shir HaShirim. You know, you can split it, the 2 days of the Pesach, if you're in the diaspora. But on Shabbos HaGadol, they say it also in the synagogue. Shabbos HaGadol is a perfect example of a union between God and Yisrael as a bia on Shabbos, as the 40th labor. Because in a certain way, here's what I want to bring back to the Aleph and the Hey, from the Ha. Remember, we bring it down as Hey, as Ziri, and under the Hey, and then with an Aleph. But let's leave it as Ha, with a kametz, because Ha comes from Keta. And so the relationship between the Ziri and the Keta is actually the 50th gate of Bina. And that Bina can only, the 50th gate of Bina can only go to Keta from the left. So in a certain sense, in the ultimate future, we won't have to read it with a Ziri. We can read it with a kametz. Sweet. And that's what the 6th level is all about. 6th level is the Atzmutz level. And Atzmutz has some wonderful gematria. Actually, Atzmutz, when you write it all out, it comes out to be 732, which is Laban, white, which is like the Torah. It's the white of the page, the Atzmutz. Because to be able to read the white is more sophisticated and high level than reading the black, the dark, the print. Atzmutz, I always break into 2 words. Eitz, Mavet, tree of death. And in a certain sense, this is what the real secret is. For me, one has to die before they die. Die before you die. That's the tree of death. You want to live? Want the tree of life? Then you have to be in the Atzmutz level of the tree of death. Remember, I tell you, a samurai warrior goes through slashing all people, has no problem because he's already dead. In the Haggakur, the samurai Bible, he says he's already dead. That's why he can live. But if you're protecting yourself, see, you can't slash. Can't live if you're protecting yourself. And that's what I see in the society. So I'm blessed by being already dead. Living in the Atz Mavet, the tree of death. So I'm in the Atzmutz level. And that's the 6th level. And so there's 4 levels for the 4 cups, the 4 suns, and that's wine. Then there's a 5th level, which is abstention from wine and the pouring it back into the source. And then there's it's a 6th level back into the source. And then there's the Shir HaShirim, which is the highest level of the Torah, of all the writings. And that's all about love, ahava, ahava rabbah. And what's rabbah? Resh, bet, hey. What's that? That's 207, that's Ein Sof. Rabbah, much, Ein Sof. Ahava. The whole thing's ahava. It's all love. Love from Hashem to the Jewish people who he takes as a bride. And how this 6th level is, this is in the hand. I don't know what hand to show. Here, show this. Looks like the right. I don't know what it. These are the 5 levels. Here's the 4. Those are the 4 cups. Then the 5th cup of Elijah, because that's the Mashiach that's a little further away. But where's the 6th level? And that 6th level is the center spot, which is an eye. Because you don't know, an eye, seeing eye that's always open. That's Hashem. It's like the fish eye that you throw in the water into the, on Rosh Hashanah, you know. It's always open. That eye is always open because there's eyes in the hands. And as a tennis player, that's what I do. I use that eye in the hand. And I was just thinking today, as I was playing against the wall, how you line up with the eyes of the head, and then let the eye in the hand see it and hit the ball. The eye in the hand. And that's a hamsa. You ever see that in Islam and Judaism and the Middle East? The hamsa. It's the 6th level. It's the eye that's always open in the hand. And we have eyes in our hands. And we have 4 fingers and a thumb. This 5th thumb, there's only 4 fingers. And that's the consciousness of the Haggadah, the normative Haggadah. But there's a 5th consciousness with the kus, far removed, the kus Elijah, which I also call the Nazi's cup, because he's far removed. Baderek Rahoka, with a hay, a dot over the hay. He's far removed. And then, after this, there's an atzmut of the eye that's always seeing. Ki li'olam hasdo, and that's the end of it. And then Shir HaShirim. And the whole point of the Haggadah is to get you to Shir HaShirim. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I have other gematria, do it some other time. But this is beautiful. And this is available to you during Pesach. And its energy is spread out through the 8 days from those first 2 days. And it's also spread out for the 7 weeks until Shavuos. So this is information that one can use and deal with. But the whole point of Pesach is a Shir HaShirim.